Yo, what is up, YouTube? This is the Phoenix, and this is WWE for Life. Here with me is heel Claudia. Would you like to say hi?
What's up?
Alright, and we are going to do our first ever video on our YouTube channel, WWE for Life. And we're going to do a little Raw review of the Final Raw before WrestleMania 30, before the big day, 6 days before WrestleMania 30. The countdown is now. And yeah, let's start talking about it. First of all, the show opens up with the Lesnar and Taker confrontation. Would you like to share your thoughts on this, Hayes?
I think Lesnar got a big advantage in the head of Undertaker tonight on Raw.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember Taker came out and he said a quote. He said that there are 3 things that you cannot end, and that's death, taxes, and the streak.
Oh,
I was laughing my ass off when he said taxes. I didn't expect him to say that at all. But
if there was one person that was watching Raw and they did not laugh when he said taxes, there's not a single funny part on their body.
Exactly. You had to laugh at that part, or you just don't have a soul. It's that clear.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
You
was
had to
great.
have been dead.
Yeah, it's a great, well done promo. It did wonders for Taker and Lesnar. Kind of built up the match very well. I liked it a lot. They incorporated good mic skills, good talking, and then we got to see them get their hands on each other with Lesnar on top at the end, showing that he has the momentum going into WrestleMania. But obviously, Undertaker has to continue the streak. He's not going to end it to Lesnar.
Yeah, but I think that his Lesnar hitting that clothesline and then the F5 could potentially get in the head of Taker.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for, of what it did. Got in the head of Taker, and should be very, very good match. Possibly match of the night. Probably will be match of the night, knowing Taker matches at WrestleMania. But we'll find out and see on Sunday. Now, the first match of the night was Big E versus Alberto. Now, this was probably one of the better matches of the night. Very well done match. 2 great wrestlers, Alberto versus Big E. And Alberto ended up winning this match, which I thought was magnificent. He ended up winning with his little kick finisher. I don't even know what to call it, but it was a brutal kick. Great way to end the match. Any thoughts on it, Hayes?
Well, first off, the comment on that kick. If you play the video games, they call it a super kick, but I'm pretty sure for a super kick, you're supposed to be standing up for it.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what it's called exactly.
when Big E pulled his strap down, I thought that was going to be the end of the match.
Oh yeah.
And then my opinion towards the match swayed on who I thought was going to win through the match. After Alberto broke Big E's grip when he was trying to lock in the armbar, I thought that was it right there. But then Big E muscled it out and broke out of it, and then had his little bit of offense. And then Del Rio made his little comeback and won.
Yeah, I thought it was a very well done match. Probably actually one of the better matches of the night. Most matches of the night weren't that great, but this one was definitely a great match. Great way to open up the show, and yeah, did a very good job on both sides.
I think both competitors stepped it up tonight.
Yeah. And I would just like to talk separately about Alberto, because I thought that they were going all burying on Alberto, and it was just going to be an easy, clean win for Big E. But Alberto looks strong, and Big E look weak heading into WrestleMania. So
yeah, that's what I thought too, because I thought it was just Del Rio was gonna go out there and get mowed over, because WWE has changed our perception on him since he lost the world title to Cena. And ever since then, he's kind of been just a jobber fighting Sin Cara on main event.
Yeah, and losing the Sin Cara at that.
Yeah, on top of it.
Yeah, but I'm glad to see Del Rio winning. I always liked him as a wrestler and everything like that. So hopefully he'll get some more matches won. I don't think that he'll win at WrestleMania. He's in that Battle Royal, right?
Yeah, I think he's in the battle. I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not going to win the Battle Royal, but looks stronger heading into it. We'll probably get a few eliminations in.
Yeah, I'd like to see Del Rio get some more pushes in, because I'd like to see him resign with the WWE when his contract's up.
Yeah, exactly. Now, the next thing on our list here is it's the Wyatt family cutting a promo about John Cena. He says that the world needs change. Bray will teach the world and burn all we know to the ground. That the WWE will forget Cena. Now, I don't think that the WWE will ever forget Cena. Obviously, they haven't even forgot Virgil, for Christ's sake. So they're not going to forget Cena. And a very well done promo. Bray Wyatt knows how to drop a promo. Whenever he talks, everyone listens. It's just very well done.
Like he's like one of those creepy guys, and like one of those creepy church going guys you see in those scary movies. But when he talks, it kind of makes like if you know what, like if you understand what he's saying, it all makes sense.
Yeah. But, like you just listen to each word individually and really listen to what he says. Like it all makes sense. Like everything makes sense that he says.
As far as saying that we're gonna forget the WWE will forget Cena, that's just an ignorant statement to say, because Cena is one of those guys that has been pushed so hard, and no matter how hard we boo him, he's always gonna be at every Raw. And
oh yeah.
You do have to respect the guy for the work he puts into the ring. But at the same time, I don't think he should be pushed on us and shoved down our throats that hard at the same time.
Yeah, like, he's good. Cena's one hell of a competitor. He just isn't, like, the top guy in WWE. I don't like the fact that he's known as the best, because he isn't the best. He definitely is great and one of the best, but he isn't the best.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't hate Cena. Quoting CM Punk here. I don't hate Cena. I hate the fact that people think he's the best.
Yeah, he's not. Exactly.
He's just good at selling merchandise. That's why he's the face.
Yeah. It all comes down to merchandise in the end. Now, very well done match. Definitely builds up the match for WrestleMania 30 very well. This is probably the best built-up match in my opinion, and very excited to see how it will play out at WrestleMania.
Yeah, because every time one of the superstars cut a promo, you don't know which one is going to win. Like, Cena cuts a promo, you automatically like, okay, Cena's going to win. Then Bray cuts a promo, and you're like, Bray's going to win. And it's just one of those matches we have to wait to find out.
Yeah, it just keeps going back and forth. It should be a very well done match. Probably be very close, and I'm rooting for Bray here. I really want Bray to get his well deserved push, but should be a very good match at WrestleMania for sure. Now, next thing we have on the list is Summer Rae versus Natalya. According to that little bitch slap that Summer Rae gave Natalya on Total Divas. I thought this was a pretty good Divas match. Nothing really too special here. I thought it was going to be like a quick botch match and Natalya would end up winning, but Summer Rae ended up winning with a pretty good kick at the end. Any thoughts on this match?
Yeah, actually, it was a good match, and I did think Natalya was going to win. But if you look at it, the sole purpose for this match is because of what happened last night. A slap that happened 3 or 4 months ago. You guys are just now having your match over it.
Well, the reason that they, because like they just showed it on TV last night, so they're like, oh yeah, let's have a match disputing it now. But really, it happened like 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah, and that slap was real. The personal vendettas in this match weren't.
Yeah, exactly.
But overall, it was a good match. It's always great when you see two of the top divas in competition without AJ ringside. And
yeah. Oh, and Vicky Guerrero stated that in this match that the 14 Diva Invitational is going to be for a one fall. Now, I don't know exactly how that's going to play out, like a one-fall match with 14 divas. I mean,
Um,
that's going to be pretty intense.
yeah, something tells me that AJ's probably gonna win. Now that's one fall.
Now, well,
Because I could see all the divas teaming up on her, and then like they going for a pin. And, okay, now suddenly we're not friends anymore because you just tried to pin AJ and win, and then AJ kind of snakes it.
yeah, I thought that for sure that AJ was going to lose it. Now they're saying that like no way AJ's gonna win and no way AJ's gonna return, and that just makes me think that AJ's gonna win and retain her title.
Now, personally, I'd like to see her title right now. I think it's time to give the ball to somebody else.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree with that. Yeah, AJD was a great diva, a great champion, and she just needs to give it to somebody else now. She's the longest reigning Divas champion of all time, so far at least, and I thought it was very well done and deserved, but it's time
and
for her title reign to end.
it's been 4 years since Natalia has won a championship. I think it's time to give it to her. One of the Bella twins. I think Brie more than Nikki deserves the championship because I don't know. I think if Brie was to win the championship, WWE could possibly make a storyline off that, like the ultimate revolt, like Daniel Bryan with the world title or the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and then Brie winning the Divas. They'd be like the new power couple, like revolting against Triple H and Stephanie.
Yeah, I think that would be a great storyline and a great thing to happen. I don't really see it happening. I think if one of the Bella twins were to win, would be Nikki, just because she's more popular now because of her implants per se.
Yeah.
But I would definitely rather see Brie win it and have the little Brie and Daniel power couple champions. I definitely think that would be a great way to end the night.
Some of the divas in that match, like I hate to say it because she is one of the best divas that I've seen, and Emma, like I think she's only in that match just to fill in,
Yeah.
like Oksana or Rosa Mendez.
Yeah, like she's just a filler, which I don't like to see because Emma is one of the best divas, probably one of the best in-ring competitors. I mean, her match against Paige at NXT Revival was probably the best divas match I've seen since the Trish and Lita rivalry way back when. Like,
I don't know. I like the first Paige versus Emma one. I like that one better, but you can't repeat the same success you had in the first match in the second. Look, Triple H tried it with Taker. Shawn tried it with Taker. It didn't work.
I prefer I like the Shawn second one better. Maybe it was just the sentimental value of Shawn ending, like his career being ended and all those emotions running wild, but I prefer the second Shawn Taker match to the first one.
I prefer the first one just because they kind of went all out on that one.
Yeah.
To where they didn't, like, with the in-ring, they didn't go as far with it in the second one. But I think it was more sentimental with the second one. To where it was more personal with the first one. Or it was more personal with the second one to where it was just kind of, let me do this with Mr. WrestleMania versus the WrestleMania streak kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're kind of off straying topic here.
Yeah, we got way off topic.
Talk about Summer Rae and Natalia to that. All right, on to the next thing. It is the burying the Yes movement segment. Now, of course, they're not burying the Yes movement or just yet. I don't think it's gonna end for a while, but I think it was a pretty well done segment. It showed Triple H being strong. They showed a little video of Triple H and all the guys who he ended. A thing that they didn't show was CM Punk when Triple H beat him at Night of Champions when CM Punk was on a roll. I think that they would have showed that if CM Punk was still in. But of course they aren't really showing him because, they aren't just really showing anything of Punk. But straying off topic again. But well done video. Well done talking. It kind of made some people think that Triple H might win the match and might go win the title and just bury everybody. 'Cause that's what he likes to do. And then Batista and Orton ended up coming out, and that kind of built it up. And it kind of made you think, because since the three of them were building up kind of like the title match, and Daniel Bryan wasn't there, Triple H might actually beat Bryan. I still think Bryan's going to end up winning it, and hope he's still going to end up winning it and end the night as champion, and the night will end in yes chance for WrestleMania. But what are your thoughts on the segment?
Well, to start off, when Triple H came out there, like, and he started ripping on Fandango, like, he was talking about how last year after WrestleMania that everybody was Fandangoing, right? And he's like, okay, well that ended pretty quickly. And like my thoughts this whole time is like, okay, well first off, why are you ripping off Fandango? He's a great talent, which he later on went and said that he was a great talent.
Yeah.
But Fandango was never in the main event picture like Daniel Bryan was.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan was always in the main event picture, as of most of those people in the little video clip that they showed.
Yeah, Fandango wasn't really getting any promo time other than to say, it's Fandango.
Yeah.
Say how to pronounce his name, to where Daniel Bryan was getting promo time after promo time after promo time.
Yeah.
Cutting a whole promo, not just saying what his name is.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't really like that. Fandango, I think that should be much bigger than what he is now. Of course, he had the concussion, change of plans happen. Hopefully, he'll be Intercontinental Champion or U.S. Champion soon. But, yeah.
The Yes movement's been going on for what, almost a year now and 4 months?
Yeah.
To where Fandangoing only lasted 3 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't see the Yes movement ending anytime soon. Now, I do think it'll die down just a little bit after he finally wins the title, because it's inevitable that WWE's going to let him win the title. That's inevitable.
Yeah. If he doesn't win it at Mania, he definitely will win it. If you guys didn't see the Extreme Rules poster, it was Daniel Bryan doing a little yes thing. All the fans in the background. Looks pretty cool. Look
was it? Yeah, I'll have to check it out after.
Yeah, look it up if you haven't seen it. But it's a very well done poster. But it's Daniel Bryan doing the yes movement, and I found this segment kind of stupid before that happened, because they're like, yeah, we're gonna bury the yes movement, but wait, like 2 or 3 days ago, we just released a poster of Daniel Bryan doing the yes chants for Extreme Rules. Like I found that kind of dumb and planning wise.
I don't. WWE is amazing at marketing, but they've been marketing The only reason he hasn't won the title so far is because they have an agenda. That they thought that we wanted to see Batista versus Randy Orton, when nobody wanted to see that. Yeah. Randy Orton has all the talent in the world, but he doesn't apply himself because WWE just constantly hands him stuff. They hand him the main event picture. And Batista, he never wanted to be a wrestler in the first place. He just came to wrestling because he was a big guy and he could make money. He's doing it for money, and then he left trying to make a career in MMA. Didn't work, but he's a movie star still, and then he comes back. And he's in it for the long run, but he doesn't have any talent as it is. He's the Goldberg of our generation.
Yeah, basically.
I think even worse, that whole segment was garbage completely, with Orton and Batista coming out and everything.
Yeah. I think that it built up the title match good if Triple H does win. I think that it built up the Triple H Daniel Bryan match more than anything, which I think was hence the point of the match, or the segment. But yeah, later in the night, or we'll get to that as it comes actually. So let's move on to the Usos and Los Matadores versus Ryback, if they're still called that, and the Real Americans. Now, I thought this match wasn't actually that good. It was kind of all over the place, kind of weird. The fans were kind of out of it. And it had a very stupid ending with Los Matadores getting a pin over the Real Americans. They put a little Bella Twin move of switching the Los Matadores twins. I thought that was kind of just more funny to laugh at, but I don't think it was...
Yeah, like, the only thing good about that match was... the Usos. The Usos, like, I like Cesaro, but Cesaro and Jack Swagger didn't really do anything in that match.
No.
It was more of just a let's use up some time kind of match.
Yeah, like, Cesaro's a great in-ring competitor, and, like, he could do many great things, but they didn't really do anything with that match.
God, he needs to do something with his hair, though.
Yeah, I guess he does. I like the Cesaro kind of bald look.
Yeah, Cesaro, he needs to grow his beard out a little bit and shave his head bald, and then like he would look like a scary person. If I don't know, I could see him future as a if they ununify the titles anytime soon. There's probably a reason they kept them two separate titles still. So
yeah, they're probably gonna eventually unify the titles, but question of when and where is unknown. But I'm assuming that they are getting unify them soon.
Yeah, I think it's going to be at least a year. Like the titles will be unified for at least a year before they ununify them.
Yeah.
But if they ever do, I definitely see Cesaro as a world champion, the world heavyweight champion. But as far as the WWE champion, I think I'd have to see WWE push him more and kind of change our perception of him a little bit.
Yeah, because he's definitely really over with the fans right now, but he isn't to the point where he's pushed for that far. Now, I think that I loved was he was in the Elimination Chamber match. I love the point that they're getting to, like, yeah, he deserves to be in this title match, and he was actually he was one of the best in that match, if not the best in-ring competitor in that match. And he was really a workhorse there, and I think that one day he will win like the big major title if it's still WWE World Heavyweight Champion or if it's just a WWE Champion. He will get there, and he will win the big one, but just not for a while.
Yeah, it's just a matter of when.
Yeah. I could actually definitely see him winning like a Money in the Bank or a Royal Rumble in the future, and that's how he gets it.
Yeah, I could see that. But going back to the Elimination Chamber, like you said, he was in that match. I think he was only in that match for the sole purpose because CM Punk quit right before Elimination Chamber, pretty much.
I think that's actually the reason with... Actually, yeah, you're right on that part. Now, if CM Punk hadn't quit, CM Punk still would have been like grade A in that match and definitely really good.
Yes. If they couldn't have picked anybody better to replace CM Punk in that match as far as in-ring talent.
Yeah.
Except for maybe somebody like Dolph Ziggler. But Dolph Ziggler, he's been buried so much
that they couldn't
this past year that they can't just toss him into the title picture like that.
Yeah. Cesaro was really like well built up, and he's over with the fans, so they can throw Cesaro in the match. So I think he was the best pick to replace CM Punk with, and I think that they did that really well.
Yeah, because think about it, he's the only guy in that match that did not have a personal rivalry with any of the other competitors.
Yeah.
To where CM Punk would have had a rivalry with
basically most people in that match.
Yeah, he would have had a rivalry with John Cena from prior.
Daniel Bryan.
And Daniel Bryan, because they was tag team partners, and they also had a rivalry.
Yeah.
A few years back. And
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, obviously. Because him and Daniel Bryan are both going against the Authority, and Randy Orton's the Authority little pet.
And CM Punk, I forget when it was, but I'm pretty sure that they faced each other at a WrestleMania, and Orton ended up winning that match.
Yeah, it was WrestleMania 27. It was kind of the because when CM Punk was World Heavyweight Champion the last time, I think it was at a Survivor Series, and Randy Orton was still part of Legacy. They jumped Punk from behind, allowing him not to be able to defend his title.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And then CM Punk went all vengeful Nexus on him.
Yeah, that it was a few years later, but like they decided, okay, even though the fans forgot about the storyline, we're gonna
renew it.
Yeah, we're gonna renew it and kind of put an end to it for the ones that actually do remember it.
Yeah. Now,
anyways, we're getting a little off subject.
Off topic. We always get off topic to CM Punk, but next match: Rhodes Scholars versus Fandango and Damien Sandow. You can obviously tell this was definitely a built-up squash match. It was well done, I think. Goldust ended up getting the pin over Damien Sandow with his little suplex final cutter move. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it or exactly what it's called, but yeah, he ended up winning off of that. Very quick, simple, easy match. I don't really see the point of this match. I don't really know if there is a point to this match, just to fill time.
Yeah, I don't really think there was a point to that. I think it was just kind of to build up towards because I think, if I'm not mistaken, all of these guys are in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah.
So I think tonight they kind of just put a bunch of the competitors against each other, kind of just threw them in matches, not only to kind of try to build up to the Battle Royal, but to kind of build a rivalry between them and squash some time.
Yeah, it was basically just a time filler, basically. It just makes the Rhodes Scholars looks kind of strong, or not Rhodes Scholars, sorry, Rhodes Brothers. Thinking of Sandow and Cody Rhodes here. But yeah, it just kind of makes them look strong. They probably won't win, but they're gonna get a few eliminations in, and Fandango and Sandow are just in the match, just to be in the match. Now, next on here is a Shield promo. I actually kind of forget this.
I remember it all. Roman Reigns had the best promo ever. He like, that was the best promo he has ever cut on his own. Like, what he said actually made sense.
Yeah.
He said something about, because Seth Rollins said something about, "You'll understand what this means," and he pointed his fist at the camera. And then Dean Ambrose was talking about how Kane kind of screwed him and did what they did, and the New Age Outlaws and Kane did what they did on SmackDown. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And then Roman Reigns said something about, like, you tell everybody that you know about this, and, like, just run around, like, tell everybody about the Shield. And I can't remember word for word because I was kind of not really into the promo once Roman Reigns started talking.
Yeah, usually when Reigns talking, I kind of get out of it a little bit, but it was very well done by Reigns. I think this was the best promo he cut. Still not even near Seth Rollins, let alone Dean, but it was the best promo he delivered.
Ever. He never ceases to amaze me when he says, "Believe that and believe in the Shield." Like,
yeah.
Let somebody else say that for once.
Yeah. I remember Dean used to always say that because when he was like the leader, but they're now pushing Roman Reigns as the leader.
Yeah, and the fans kind of are part of it. Like, if the fans cheer for the real talent like Seth or Dean, they would be the ones getting the major pushes.
Yeah.
But of course, people like me or you, when there's just two people out there cheering for the real talent's not going to get over.
Yeah, like in the vote, which we'll talk about later, it was very lopsided, and like that. We'll get to that later on. It's just brought it up. But anyways, we'll go move on. Bray Wyatt versus R-Truth. Very easy squash match. It makes Bray look dominant. You could easily tell that Bray Wyatt was going to win this. And he did win it, which I like. Very quick, well done, to the point. Good job. And then, any thoughts on this match, like, in match particular? Not what after the match, but just the match.
Garbage. I think WWE should have had Bray, like, R-Truth going to, like, win. Because, like, R-Truth is a good competitor. Like, I'm not saying great, but good.
Yeah.
And they should have had him, like, okay, he's going to win, and then here comes the Wyatt family to get a disqualification win instead of a pin. So that not only builds up R-Truth, but the outcome of the match, of what happened afterwards, is still the same.
Yeah. Well, I think that they had to make Bray look very dominant. Like, he can just take on him very easily without a challenge to make him look dominant. Because he's about to main event, he's about to go in one of the main events against John Cena at WrestleMania. So he has to look strong.
I think if it would have been any other time of the year, it would have been a good idea. But right now, really isn't the best idea to make R-Truth look good.
Yeah. I think that it made R-Truth look very weak, though. But, of course, that's...
Yeah, I think they could have used somebody like what they used to do with Ryback. Just find some local competitor.
Oh, yeah, and then him just dominate. Maybe not like a local competitor, but maybe just somebody... Like, maybe Xavier Woods. Just make him
Well,
demolished.
I'm kind of biased by that because I like Xavier Woods, but I think what they should have done is because I'm not sure if Alexander Rusev is a heel or not, but I know I don't like him. But he's been coming out for weeks and like talking about how dominant he is. I think they could have had him go in a match there and then Bray Wyatt just walk all over him.
Yeah, but they're trying to push Alexander Rusev to make him look powerful, and if he just got demolished in his like really first WWE match, like on the main brand, like it would have made him look too weak. But somebody else other than R-Truth might have worked better, but they used R-Truth instead.
No, I'm not. I'm actually a guy that would have worked real well. Like I'm not for this because I'm a supporter of this guy, but Zack Ryder. They could have used him even.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Zack Ryder, but they have him really buried under, so like, whenever you hear Zack Ryder's music, you just know he's gonna get destroyed and demolished.
Yeah, and whatever happened to David Otunga? They could have used him.
I don't even know what happened to David Otunga. I don't know if he left or if like.
I think he's still signed.
I think so. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't seen him in like months.
They could have had CM Punk's music hit and see even the best in the world is scared to fight Bray Wyatt, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anything other than R-Truth.
Yeah, but anyways, they used R-Truth. It makes Bray look dominant, R-Truth look weak. And then let's talk about this separately here. The next thing was John Cena kind of in the Wyatt family per se. When Bray Wyatt was doing his little victory bow, you just see another like fourth person walk up in like a lamb mask, and it was just hilarious. I didn't know who it was at first, and then they're just kind of like looking at him all awkwardly, like, "Who the hell are you?" And then you could tell it's Cena. Then like he takes off his mask, and then he's just beating the crap out of everybody. I thought that was very well done, very hilarious. Any thoughts on it?
Well, at first, like, because I was looking down, messaging people on Facebook, well, you guys, of course, in our page chat, but I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, what's going on? And, like, I kind of had a hunch it was Cena, and then when he turned his head and you saw the bald head, I was like, yep, that's Cena. And, like, I was looking at the hands, because Cena is the only guy in the company, I don't know if you noticed it, that has hands that big.
Yeah, well, like, so, maybe like Big Show or something like that would have bigger hands, but Cena's hands are ginormous.
Yeah, Cena's smaller than Big Show.
Yeah.
But, and, like, it was just kind of funny because, like, you know they had to have known that was Cena.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, they was probably thinking because Cena was scared from, like, he was acting scared last week, so they're like, okay, they'll probably pop in their head, like, this is Cena, but then they're like, wait, well, Cena's not brave enough to do this. And then he takes his mask off and just demolishes him, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, I think it was very well done. I was not expecting that at all. Like at the end, I think that was better than that Bray and R-Truth match itself. Was just that little John Cena segment there.
You know what I want to know actually? Where did Cena come from without the crowd knowing that it was him?
Probably under the ring. Like he probably went to go hide under the ring or something like that.
Yeah, probably during their entrance when the lights went out.
Yeah, when it was all black or something.
Yeah, he ran out and went under the ring.
People might have said that he might have just hit out there the whole entire Raw, just underneath that ring. But I kind of doubt that somebody like Cena would do that.
Yeah, not for like. Yeah, that was like what, over half the show.
Yeah, around there. If
yeah,
not,
I don't think. I don't know. It's kind of a mystery that we'll never find out.
But yeah, very well done promo. Makes John Cena look strong as well as Bray's promo earlier. Very well built up match going to WrestleMania. Makes me excited. Now, let's move on. This was AJ Lee versus Naomi with in a lumberjack match with everybody else who's like in that championship match at WrestleMania. I thought this was a pretty good match. I think it was maybe as good or maybe even a little bit better than the other Divas match. Very well done. Two strong competitors in this match with everybody else at ringside. Kind of built up the match well. Naomi ended up winning. Very well done. It makes AJ looks weak. It makes people think, well, Naomi might be able to win this. So.
Yeah. back to the Divas talk from earlier tonight, but did you see that drop kick by that AJ Lee took?
Yeah, it was a brutal drop kick. I think that I don't know if like they like AJ kind of messed that up or Naomi kind of messed up. I think it was kind of both. So we were talking about it earlier. But yeah, very kind of looked very brutal.
Yeah.
What happened at the end.
I don't really like watching lumberjill matches just because, especially when it has somebody like AJ Lee. When of course they're going to be biased towards her because.
Yeah.
And did anybody notice the Bella twins weren't out there?
I actually never noticed that. No.
Yeah, I just kind of noticed that right now in my head. I was like, oh yeah, the Bella twins weren't out there.
Or if they were out there, just not visible to the camera, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, I think it just kind of built up the Divas match. All right. I mean, still not too excited for the match, but like you definitely know that they're trying to build it up to make AJ look weak, and AJ's gonna drop the title. But a thing that they might be doing is like make AJ look weak. Like there's no way in hell that she's gonna be retaining the title, and then boom, have AJ actually win that championship match. I think that would be a very well done shocker. Something that I would love to see out of the Divas championship match at WrestleMania.
I wouldn't love to see AJ retain because.
Well, I wouldn't love to see it, but like I think that the shock factor, like.
Yeah, I'm not excited for the match. Well, I'm excited to see who wins, and if for those of you who don't know, I'm an avid Emma fan, so Emma and Brie.
Yeah.
So
Emma and Brie are like his loves. Him and Emma are married, and she doesn't know it, but
yeah.
They are. Yeah, very, very awesome romantic tale.
Maybe she'll see this video.
So, just surfing random videos, ends up finding this and like, oh,
yeah,
you're my husband, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
We gotta make sure we tag her in this.
Yeah, so if you guys would like to share this around to make Emma see this video of her husband here.
Yeah, tweet it to her. I'm at ClaudeFelderH, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll leave a link in the description.
Yeah.
Make sure you tweet it to her and tell her to tweet me.
Yeah, just tweet repeatedly if you can.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on.
20,000 strong.
Yeah. I don't know exactly when this John Cena segment happened, but I think it was here. We're just gonna assume that it was after this match. But he says, and I quote, "You say you want change. Well, you're gonna have to change the way you walk because I'm gonna shove my foot up your ass." That was very well done, very hilarious by Cena. He's just kind of being very hilarious in this whole rivalry. I'm loving it. I'm loving to see this. Cena. All right, you go.
Cena never ceases to amaze me when it comes to his jokes.
Yeah, Cena's definitely hilarious. A lot more hilarious than people give him credit for.
All of his jokes are improv too, for those of you who didn't know.
Yeah. Like he's one of the great improv people, like CM Punk or even Dolph. I know he uses a lot of improv. Yeah, Dean Ambrose, one of the best.
Bray Wyatt, he actually writes all his scripts, but then he has them revised.
Yeah,
what he talks about is kind of touchy because it's kind of like a God thing. Yeah. So there's certain things that he can't say because it might give the company a bad rep, so they have to kind of review it or maybe change the words a little bit so it's like, okay, people won't really realize that you're talking about God with this word.
Yeah. You can't really go off script with Bray Wyatt's promos. You can't really do that, at least well. So, but yeah. Anyways, a very well done topic. Makes John Cena look strong for the WrestleMania match. Should be very good. As I said before, probably the most best built up match at WrestleMania in my opinion, and I'm very excited. Now, let's move on. Next thing I want to talk about before the actual Kane versus Roman Reigns match. Roman Reigns won that little vote thing of like you get to either vote Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, to see who will face corporate Kane in a match later. And Roman Reigns had 80%, Seth Rollins had 11%, and Dean Ambrose had 9%.
And I'm just sitting here thinking 80% of you are just looking for who is more over with the company.
Yeah.
When I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I want to see either Dean or Seth wrestle, just because they. Not taking anything away from Roman because he's a good wrestler. It's just I want to see Dean and Seth are better wrestlers, and Seth, without CM Punk in the company, is the best wrestler in the company,
Yeah.
hands down.
Yeah. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, very well done. Seth Rollins, like I wanted to see it, Seth Rollins or Dean myself.
It's been a few since we've seen. It's been a few weeks since we've seen either of those guys in singles competition as it is.
Yeah, they've only been in their tag matches, and then everybody votes Roman Reigns. I thought it was going to be really obvious that happened, and of course it did. I was definitely hoping that it wouldn't happen, but fans got to make up your mind, man. Dean and Seth are the true talent in the company, in my opinion, or at least some of the true talent in the company. I think Reigns is kind of more overrated. Still good, but yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. And then it was Kane versus Reigns match. Now it was only like a 4 or 5 minute match, I believe. It wasn't the best match. It wasn't the worst. I mean, it was
To tell you the truth, I don't even know how that match ended. I think the Shield and all the other members intervened.
Yeah, I remember. Roman Reigns was getting ready for his little Superman punch, and then Kane was getting up to the New Age Outlaws came out, and then they were gonna go interfere in the match, and then Dean Ambrose and Seth just came out pummeling New Age Outlaws, and then I forget exactly what happened in the ring. But I remember Dean and Seth ended up coming in the ring, and they were just surrounding Kane, and it just kind of turned out to like one giant brawl. Kind of makes the Shield look strong into the WrestleMania match, who I'm definitely sure that they will win at WrestleMania. And yeah, I think that this is probably the least built match for WrestleMania. I think it's definitely going to be a real shocker of the night because no one's going to be really expecting anything, and I'm hoping I'm sure or hoping at least that this will be a shocker match and will be very good.
The Shield's going to be 2-0 at WrestleMania, I guarantee it.
Yeah. 2-0. Probably will be the last match as the Shield, as a unit in WrestleMania. So, they got to win it. Anyways, next is the Piper's Pit segment. Now, this was a really well done segment. It basically just builds up the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial. Roddy Piper was just talking about it, and then Miz comes out saying that he was the favorite, and then Sheamus comes out saying that no, he wants it, and in his future he sees the trophy, pint, and a bro kicking Miz out of the ring. Titus O'Neil comes out. Somebody else came out, I think, or maybe not. And then basically,
Dolph Ziggler came out.
Yeah, Dolph Ziggler came out saying that he was stealing the spotlight, just like he does, and he's gonna go win it. And then they were all talking. Then Roddy Piper just starts beating on Miz. Everyone starts beating on each other. Then the whole locker room comes out of everyone in the match, and it's just all hectic. And then Ray's music hits. He's back from injury again, and then he comes out. He's kind of dominant. And then Big Show's music hits. He's just demolishing everybody. Everyone's out of the ring, but Big Show and Ray. Ray does a little 619 to him. Like, it's weird. Cause, like, it hit him directly in the penis. Like, you could directly see it. That must have hurt Big Show. And then he went up top. Big Show caught him to like a power bomb. Then he just kind of lifted him, threw him out of the ring, fell on top of everybody. Makes Big Show look dominant. Now, they're kind of making Big Show look like he's definitely going to win, which is why I'm thinking Big Show is not going to win. I think that Big Show should be winning because like he's like when you think of Andre the Giant, like a person to compare to him is definitely Big Show. Just a big, well done competitor.
Well, yeah, because at one point people was even saying that Big Show was Andre's son.
Yeah.
Because they're so big and.
Yeah, he's just very big. Makes people think that he might be his son, but that's not the case. But yeah, they're trying to push Big Show as the favorite in this match, which I'm pretty sure he is. Now I'm not really. Wait, you go.
I think the Battle Royal thing that they did with everybody being eliminated was kind of overdone because they did that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have to kind of do it one last time before Mania. Maybe they shouldn't have just done it a few weeks ago and just do it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah.
I think
It was a segment that built up the match well.
I think the funniest part of that segment was Titus O'Neil barking at Roddy Piper.
He just barks right in his face. Hooah, hooah, hooah.
And I'm just like, never do that again. It was funny when you did it just because, but now when you start barking in people's faces, you need a muzzle.
Yeah, just stop. All right, next is Bautista versus Randy Orton. Ha ha ha. I thought that this match was actually not going to be good at all. This was a WrestleMania match we were going to see. It was actually very well done. It was no disqualification, as Triple H announced earlier in the Burying Yes Movement segment. I think we forgot to mention that. But it was very well done. There's kendo sticks being used. Randy showing that he could be the Viper, and Batista showing that he could be the Animal, kind of showing that they can be the best. It was a good match. And then Daniel Bryan ended up coming out, and this is
out of nowhere, we might add.
Yeah. This is when it started getting really interesting. I wasn't expecting this at all. He just started beating the crap out of Triple H. I was very happy to see. And then Randy Orton comes out because he's such a kiss ass. Comes out to go save Triple H, and Dan Bryan starts beating on him. And then just basically one very hectic brawl. Dan Bryan's beating the fuck out of everybody. The crowd is chanting, yes, yes, yes. Very well done. He's just beating on everybody, just demolishing everybody at that. And I thought this was very well done. I wasn't expecting to see Daniel Bryan. I thought he actually was in New Orleans resting from that one injury he got from Triple H earlier. But no, he came back. I'm glad that he was back. It kind of made him show that, yeah, he can beat Triple H. He could win the title match, which I really want to happen. I think that's the best way.
Everybody in the universe, except for that one random guy a few weeks ago on Raw, was holding a hashtag no movement sign. If you're watching this, go home and never watch WWE again. But when they said Daniel Bryan wasn't at Raw, I'm thinking, okay, either he's really hurt and he's not going to be at Mania, or they're marketing him very badly, because this is the last Raw before Mania. You got everybody that has a match has to be on that show.
Yeah. But I remember Daniel Bryan actually got legitimately injured when Triple H did that, so they were just having him rest. I know that it wasn't a major injury, but I thought they were just having him rest so that, he would be fine and dandy for WrestleMania, being prepared to be in 2 matches, hopefully. And no, he ended up coming at this Final Raw. I'm glad that he did. Gave one hell of a thing. I haven't seen this much people chant yes, because a lot of people were kind of joining the Cesaro train, per se, and a lot of people weren't chanting yes and being with Bryan, but definitely everyone in that crowd was chanting yes. Very well done. Definitely proves that Bryan should be on top and have champion.
Another chant we heard tonight that we haven't heard in a while was C in the Del Rio match.
Oh yeah, that's right. Since Royal Rumble when he faced Batista. Yeah, that was the last time when we heard it, I think. Or Elimination Chamber when he faced Batista. Yeah, it was Elimination Chamber when he faced him in that one-on-one match, but yeah. Good chant. But I think that this was that was a very well done way to end the night, and this Raw was pretty good. Not as good, I think, as maybe the last 2, but very well done. And
it was very pleasing to end the night. It makes you glad that you actually sat down and watched it, as opposed to sometimes you're kind of half asleep during it.
Yeah.
And tonight, I wasn't the past few weeks, actually, since Royal Rumble, really, I haven't been falling asleep or dozing off during Raw, because it's just been so mind pleasing and keeps you on the edge of your seat the whole time.
Yeah, these past few Raws have been just utterly amazing, outstanding. I might add. I definitely think that it's awesome and well done, and this is definitely the right road to WrestleMania. Great Final Raw before WrestleMania 30, builds up basically every match on the card very well, and yeah, can't wait till Sunday. And we will be doing another review / podcast, hopefully with more people from our admin group, but unfortunately it was just me and Hayes who could do it here. But his channel links will be in the description, as well as his Twitter.
Yep.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, favorite, do all that jazz, and
make sure you tweet Emma.
Yeah, tweet.
That's at Emma WWE. At EMMA WWE.
Yeah, tweet her saying that her husband wants her.
Tell her to tweet me. My Twitter.
Yeah.
My Twitter handle will be in the description.
Yeah. So make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, do all that fancy jazz.
And make sure you share our Facebook page. You gotta do that too.
Yeah, just do everything. Because you love us that much and we love you. Mwah, mwah. Good night, everybody.